lot of you guys are doing NoNut November. A lot of y'all are doing it to see how long you can retain your seed. To see how, if you can go an entire month without beating the drum. Right? And a lot of y'all are just doing this, man, because it's a challenge for you. And don't get it wrong. At first, when you practice retention, it can be a challenge. But you see, you don't want it to be just a challenge. You want this to be a lifestyle. You want NoFap retention to be a lifestyle for you. Listen, when you grow and you progress throughout life, anything you do in your life, fam, you don't want to be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You don't want to just go 50% on what you're doing. Like if you're signing up for a karate class and you're learning karate, obviously you want to learn karate, right? It intrigues you. You're not going to go 1 foot in and 1 foot out. No. You're not going to just dip your foot in the water, right, for about a couple seconds and then just pop right back out. You're not going to go 50%. You're going to go 100% on learning the skill of karate, right? Learn karate or learn yoga or, you know, a different trade. You're going to be 100% in learning that trade. And if you're not 100% in learning that trade, then what's the sense of you even trying to learn? What's the sense of you doing something if you're not going to put 100% in it, right? If you're not going to commit to it 100%, you should never do anything half-assed. Because if you're doing something that's half-assed, then you were never really committed to begin with. You were never really in it to really win, right? A lot of y'all that do retention, you know, you half-assing it is you go in a couple weeks, right? For a lot of y'all that do NoNut November, you see, me personally, and I don't mean to brag, but I'm kind of undefeated when it comes to NoNut November. I haven't gave in once. I haven't folded once. That's not to say that throughout the entire year that I'm not practicing retention, right? That's not to say that I'm just busting loads of nuts for 11 months, right? Absolutely not. Because like I said, this is a lifestyle, and this is a lifestyle that I practice. It's not just, you know, retaining your seed in NoNut November, in the whole month of November. It's you practicing this lifestyle throughout the remaining 11 months, right? The rest of the entire calendar year, right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, December. Like, you're gonna have times where you fail and you're gonna have a relapse, but you get back up. You don't just say, well, I nutted in November, that means I lost, I failed. Okay, we'll get back up and do better next time. You know, apply different positive habits to the habit of you retaining your seed already. When you retain, guys, you got to apply different habits, right? You have to actually progress your life. You don't want to just retain and not do anything with the energy that is building up in you. That's just doing everything backwards, right? You're working backwards instead of working forward, okay? You don't want to do that. Do not look at this as a challenge. Treat it like it's a lifestyle. Like this is part of you. It's like you're going to the gym, you signed up for a membership. Okay, you don't just go to the gym for an entire month straight and then by December, oh, I'm done going to the gym. I was just gonna work out for the entire month, you know what I'm saying? You know, work on losing weight, gain some muscle throughout the entire month of November, and then by December, I just, I end my membership and I don't go to the gym no more. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Like, who would ever do that shit? Like, yo, this truck is going hella slow, fam. I gotta go right over your ass, man. You slow me down, man. But yeah, man, back to the video. You don't want to do everything half-assed, right? You want to give it 100% and, be fully committed. And if you're not going to be fully committed, then don't do it, right? If you're not going to be fully committed to going to the gym X amount of days, right? You're not going to make the gym part of your lifestyle, part of your routine, then don't go to the gym. It's simple as that. If you're not going to make semen retention part of your lifestyle, part of your structure, guess what? Don't even bother. Go ahead and bust loads of nuts all damn day. Go ahead and waste your energy, waste your seed. Go ahead and see what happens to you. I bet you the more you do that stuff, man, the more you jerk off, masturbate 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day, I guarantee you it's going to get to a point where you're just going to get sick and tired of doing the same old shit every day. It's going to, something in you, will be convicted, right? A spirit will start to convict you. Most likely the Most High will convict you eventually for you to stop doing that and stop wasting your life force. You'll just have that eureka moment, that clarity that you need to receive, because your life is in shambles right now, my guy. You're falling apart. When you masturbate every day, that is a form of self-destruction, right? That is a form of self-destruction. Me ejaculating every day, years ago, before I started practicing retention, I was self-destructing pretty bad, and my life was in shambles, and I was going nowhere because I had no energy in me to do the things that I had to do. I had no life in me, and that's the result. The result of your life will be nothing but depression, anxiety, no money, no attraction from women, no gifts from God, no abilities, that you have yet to unlock. You know what I'm saying? You'll receive absolutely nothing. You will never receive any results. Anything that you're doing in life, it will never work because there is no energy in you. There's nothing. The seed of life is installed into you, and that seed of life is being, every time you jerk off, it's disappearing from your body, from your vessel, and it's really just messing up the flow of your life. So listen, you never want to do anything half-assed. You know what I'm saying? Don't go into December. Don't go into December and start thinking it's okay for you to just go ahead and jerk off. Go back to your old ways. Go back to what you've been doing before you start NoNut November. A lot of y'all are just doing this as a challenge, and that's a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? If you relapse in November, who cares? Who cares? It's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fail to make the gym their part of their lifestyle, but eventually everything starts to kind of click. They start to build up that discipline. You may be consistent for a couple months of hitting the gym, but there's that time period where you lost that edge, you lost that drive, and then you start slacking off, right? The same thing as having a clean diet. You may go a month of having a clean diet, eating your fruits and vegetables, and consuming your magnesium and your zinc, just being healthy overall. But then you have that time period where you start eating a whole bunch of junk. You start going to fast food restaurants, you start ordering out frequently and stuff. Like, you just start slacking off with your nutrition. You have those days, you have those time periods. It's the same thing with retention. You're gonna have times where you just fall off, right? You have those times where where you're consistent, you're retaining, you're utilizing your energy for the right things to be productive. You may just be on a serious roll with your life and retaining your seed. But then you have that point, that time period where you just start slacking off, right? You start losing your edge, you start losing your drive, ambition. It tends to happen. But you have to always remember your why. That's the most important thing. Anything you do in your life, anything that you get involved with, right? You have to understand your why. Break it down, write it down, and really meditate on your why. You know what I'm saying? Keep it with you. You got to remember why you started. A lot of y'all that do retention, NoFap, for women attraction, guess what? You're going to crash out very quickly. You should never do something because you want to attract more women. That's dumb. So always remember to make this part of your life and part of your routine. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your skincare, you may have a certain skincare routine that you implement. There's times where you fall off on that too. I fell off of my skincare routine. I've recently just got back on my skincare routine with, T.G. Henley. That's the real deal right there, man. If you haven't invested in T.G. Henley, man, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're spending your money on, but that's the real deal, man. When it comes to skincare for men, you better get on that, man, real quick. You know what I'm saying? But I recently just got back on that routine, for morning, night. There are times you may fall off on that too. Anything you do in your life, you may just fall off for a time period. It's the same thing with semen retention, NoFap. You don't take a random challenge of going to the gym for 30 days and then by the 1st of next month you're just done going to the gym. You just quit going. You don't no longer attend the gym. You just stop. That's stupid. That's a stupid way to live your life. Everything's a freaking 30-day challenge for you. Nothing is ever permanent. Nothing's really ever installed into your structure, your daily life, your routine. You gotta, anything you do in your life, you gotta put 100% in it. Never half-ass anything. Both your feet gotta be in it, man. You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. That's not how it works. You cannot approach life in that type of fashion to where you just look at everything as a challenge and not as, okay, this can be part of my lifestyle going forward, and it's going to help me, grow. It's going to help me progress to the next level in my life. It's going to help me evolve.